India, women form just 27% of the organized workforce. So ideally, the act of women empowering each other should begin at workplace. But how has been your experience while working with other women, essentially with your counterparts in work settings? Was it good, very healthy, competitive, or it was driven by some insecurity, jealousy, fear? Your answer might vary depending on your personal experience, but as usual, we wanted to share with you the wisdom of some sorted, seasoned women as to how one woman can empower others. Watch it.
Thank you, Rajni, once again. It's such a pleasure to be on your Wahwoman channel. You have chosen a lovely topic this time. There are many ways women can support each other. I often think we fail in our duties. I really wonder why. Between women, there's always a bit of jealousy, rivalry, or envy going on. I would be honest to say that it sometimes really disturbs me to see how poorly women treat each other.
Traditionally, we were taught to be competitive because there were less opportunities for girls, there were less positions that were offered to girls at the top. The reason behind this could be because we live in a patriarchal society that clearly puts women a few steps behind the men.
Women are multi-talented and multifaceted by birth. That this attribute may go under the carpet due to social restrictions and expectations from them. Moreover, it becomes a challenge when they face an opposition from their very own fraternity, which is of other talented women across the globe. Frankly speaking, from childhood till date, we have been hearing and listening that sharing is caring, and sharing certainly is growing. So why can't we adopt the same approach in this aspect as well?
But things have changed now. All we need to do is let go of any insecurity or jealousy that we might have for one another. Remember, there is enough for each one of us.
Now, we must remember supporting other women doesn't only show compassion, but we also learn a lot from each other. So it's so important, if we can learn every day from one another. So I think that's very important that we must honor each one because each one in their own way is unique and there is so much that we learn from each other.
Why can't we share our talents and knowledge with each other across the globe and certainly create a community of more successful, talented, and awesome women? That is just a thought.
Uplifting and empowering each other is the only symbol of an empowered woman. Be an empowered woman and support one another.
But over and above, when it comes to sharing, it also means that it should be with whole heart. You should be committed, dedicated, and enjoy that particular process. When you share, you get more opportunities. Your opportunities are become multifold, and so are the successes which you get from them. But in order to achieve that, there are a couple of hindrances, and above all, there are the two core fears, which are jealousy and insecurity. So you need to deal with these type of fears which are internal to you, and only then can you walk on the path of life which is really very rocking, amazing, and wonderful.
Well, how can we help one another? First and foremost, let's stick with women. We must learn to help others. Where required, denote money to a foundation that supports women, especially those, of domestic violence or those who want to start their own business, the underprivileged. So we can always, go all out with these NGOs. Also, teach other women to give compliments. This is something which you have a power to change people who are nasty. So when you give a compliment to another lady, please remember it's a very powerful thing. It helps them to lift their own mood and it helps them to feel so proud of what they've achieved.
Many researches have been done on this topic of why women do not support other women. And the answer is not a simple one. Today I am going to share few of the insight from these reports. Number one is called the Queen Bee Syndrome, where the female leaders start exhibiting the attributes of male EQ, which are assertiveness, aggression, and confidence, rather than typical female EQ attributes, which are empathy and interpersonal skills. Another reason is they feel when they have been successful in their corporate or professional lives, they have struggled and figured it out by themselves, and they feel other women should do the same and hence resist in helping them out. Another interesting study shows that when it comes to the spots in the competition in professional environment, female leaders tend to pick up more of male counterparts rather than females, even if there are less females in the organization, just being fearful of competition. And lastly, it is in the nature. It's called the rule of power dead even, which means when two women think of each other as equal in power, they will respect each other. But when there is an imbalance, they will start ostracizing each other at the back, and hence they do not help each other.
If we could accept that the fact is that we are all different, yet we are the same. We are not the weaker sex. We are the stronger sex, and we should work together to make this clear to this world. It's a great way of supporting each other, where we say we are one, we stand for one another. And I am sure all of you, we have changed our concepts, we have changed ourselves, we have transformed ourselves to become better women, where we will stand for each other.
Successes never stop, the knowledge always grows, and your excitement is at par to whatever you want from life.
So, if you ask me about the strength of a woman, I would say a woman alone is a powerhouse. So, imagine collectively we can have impact on so many lives. We can transform lives of so many people around us.
That is, a woman alone is power. Collectively, they make an impact.
Dear ladies, while we have been talking so much about women empowerment, it is essential to portray all women as unified as one entity, because this kind of unity itself is powerful enough to drive this whole agenda of women empowerment successfully. Let's prove women are women's best friend, not the worst enemies. Thanks for watching.